Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the plot tour at the end of November. It's 10 past 11 in the morning. It's about 5 degrees centigrade, so it's quite cold, and we have had a couple of nights of -2, so the frosts have been. So we kick off as usual with the rhubarb bed, which has gone under a transformation in the last week or so. I've lifted all the rhubarb crowns, changed their location, moved in the potato pots at the back there, put in a path. Not much happened at the front here, but this flower bed is going to be improved and become more established. I have planted up the little Versailles planters with some tulips. And our new marshmallow strawberries seem to have taken okay. The leeks have recovered quite remarkably from the ripped up state they were in about a month ago. And we have our residues just breaking down here and protecting the soil very nicely. And it's still too early for me to prune the fruit bushes, but I can see I've got some work to do there. There's lots of crossing branches. I'll probably find that there's been a tip layer on the gooseberry somewhere down near the bottom. It has a tendency to do that. We still have carrots. That might just be enough to see us through to Christmas. So I had to emergency remove the two blackcurrants from here because we had a lot of rain at the start of November, and it flooded. So that may explain why the blueberries didn't last in there very long. So this area was where the potatoes pots have been for quite a few years, and this has been cleared, and this is going to be a meadow for next year, and that's going to supply us with more biomass, more carbon, and it'll also keep the insects amused as well. Bit of a win-win there. So the chicory is looking fantastic. Just a quick look at the orchard. And our strawberry runners that we saved seem to have taken all right. We do have to keep most things netted of any value because the foxes have a tendency to just randomly dig. These leeks are a little bit more like they were, more tattered. We've got the onions now. These were grown from seed. Be interested to see how they go. Again, netted them. The squirrels attacked them before we remember to put the net on. So we've got some brassicas. Our Brussels sprouts are, some of them are looking almost ready to pick. They've done extremely well. So more residues breaking down, just protecting the soil. Not so many residues here. Might have to put in some compost or something. I had to cover over a hole there that the foxes just were just so persistent with. I'd fill it up, they'd dig it out, I'd fill it up, and I thought, well, I'll have to do something about that. So the peach has still got leaves on it. It could really do with another sort of prune before the worst of the winter comes. We have had experience of the storms in the winter blowing the top off the peach, just snapping it. So the cherry tree has broken down, has died down. And of course, so the marigolds got done by the frost. So we got some nice looking seed heads. Might save some of those. So there are 1 or 2 flowers left on the Cotiana, but not really of much interest to the bees. And now the leaves are off the red love apple tree, I can see what state it's in as far as the festooning is concerned. There's got some sorting out to be done there. I'm not so convinced about the festooning as an idea, really. And the rosemary is looking lush. I keep examining this tip layer that I've put in from the thornless blackberry, but I don't see any sign of life yet. Things are still surviving here, and the pond's certainly full. I don't think the amistad has actually succumbed to any of the frost, but it's very patchy on this plot. Certainly the dahlias up here have. I'll need to cut them down, but this area is going to have a bit of a revamp with things being moved around, so I won't do that quite yet. Oh yes, I see the pluots still blossoming. I put some tulips in here. Again, the foxes were just digging away, and I just thought, well, I might as well put something in the holes they're making, so popped in some tulips. Oh yes, here we got loads of blossom on there. Pluot. And I saved another tip layer. This is a taberry. I'll probably give that to a plot neighbour. Raspberries cane's going to be chopped down probably the start of next year. Still getting flowers on the sweet alyssum, which is fine for any insect life that's still around. So sweet corn residues dying down, and parsnips of course have had their first frost, so we should be harvesting one of those soon. See what they're like. This is the gladiator variety, and some shredded leeks there. Sounds like a kind of breakfast cereal you wouldn't want to have. And we've got peas, which seem to have survived the attack of the mice. Most of them seem to have got away with it. That's just a cover crop to go through the winter, just giving the soil biology something to feed from. And we've got more brassicas in here. So this cabbage looked very promising, but the head is not really forming, and I think it's because it's suffering from being shaded out by everything else doing so well. And we've got beetroots here that must be as hard as cricket balls, so I don't think we'll be doing anything with those. Turnip there, cabbage there, random garlic there. So everything's been put to bed in the orchard, but we do have some chopping down to do of things along here. And the Phacelia is still doing very well. We're just still getting some flower heads on it. So this was one of the surviving erigerons that made it through last winter. Hopefully that is going to be setting seeds. Got some lovely little seed heads on it, so that we can have more of those next year. So I've pruned this rose. I'm hoping that comes back with vigour next year. And here we are with the new arranged potato pots. This is actually where they were originally when we started the plot 6 years ago. But they've now increased to 13, 7 along the back, 6 along the front. I've got my pathway now, so I can service the potato pots, the taberries at the back here, and the rhubarb crowns. which were quite sizable. The two of the original ones, when we got the plot, they were about 3 feet across. It was like digging up a tree stump. It took me about an hour and a half to do the transformation. And as usual, I couldn't bring myself to get rid of as much of the rhubarb as I should have done. And there we are. I hope everybody's keeping well. I will catch you in the next month's video. Bye for now.